What's up, folks? I put out a video this morning or yesterday on weighted dips. You know, I've got a big chain around my neck and, you know, a big 45-pound plate. Some people have never did weighted dips. So I'm going to show you some of the things to look out for, all right? It's not just as easy as strapping weight on a belt and going. The reason I use that 45 is because it's what I had available. But I should have looked a little bit harder. I want to talk about what some of the easier things to use are than a big clunky 45 and so on and so forth. Oh, by the way, if you don't have your own personal carabiner to put in your gym bag, get one. They're relatively cheap and they come in real handy. You don't have to keep looking around in the gym when you start wanting to do odd things like weighted dips and all that kind of stuff. Let me show you what's not good to use. A kettlebell. You think it would be, but it's really not. Depending on how heavy you need the weight to be, kettlebell just gets bigger and bigger, gets more awkward because it's got to fit in between your legs. You think, well, hey, why not just use that big 45-pound plate? It's long and you can get a lot of weight in a very narrow area. That ain't worth the flip either, because if you're like me and you keep your dip rack low, it's going to bump the ground. I guess if you wanted to keep your dip rack high, that'd be fine. I don't like it that way. I push myself to the limit. And when I go to failure on dips, I don't want to be that high above the ground. I see no benefit in it whatsoever for me. Dumbbells might be all right because they've got it spread out a little bit. The reason I'm going over this is so you won't have to sit there and get stuck doing an uncomfortable set of weighted dips. The best weights to use that I've found are 25s. Now look, if you're not up to doing weight this heavy, then none of this is going to be an issue. But when you start pushing yourself, you're going to want heavier weights. Now there are people out there that can do 4, 5, 6, 7 of these plates on weighted dips. It's ridiculous. I'm just trying to be practical here. 25s, you can put 50 pounds on your belt. Say the weights on your belt are getting too cumbersome, all right? You have to put too many on your belt. You can throw a chain around your neck if your gym's got them. I do, all right? And it helps. It also helps me stay forward, and I can put more force on my chest that way. I like it. I'm gonna have to say, the very best way to do dips is not a weighted dip belt. It's not hanging all that weight down there. That's cumbersome, that's awkward. It looks cool. But my advice is this. Find a sturdy, heavy-duty backpack. You don't have to be pretty. The more utilitarian it looks, the cooler it's probably gonna look. Here's another idea. Go to a thrift store. You can't say they're not everywhere. Find you a cheap backpack there, $2 or $3, beat the hell out of it, throw it away, get another one. You know what I mean? Rinse and repeat, baby. You can fill it up with weight. It'll be on your back, and it'll be a much better distribution of the weight, especially one that's got an additional strap on the middle. That way, while you're exercising, the weight can't slide off. It's locked on. All right? Weighted backpack is the way to go for weighted dips. But if you don't have that, then you can do it the old-fashioned way, which is the way that I'm about to do it now. If you're going to do weighted, another thing, folks, if you're going to do weighted dips with a belt and you're genetically gifted with love handles, use them. Buddy, that's a workout. Don't fool yourself. Puts a lot of tension on your lower pecs, shoulders, and your triceps. It is a hell of a way to finish off a shoulder day or a chest day. Okay? All right, folks, that wraps that quick little dip video up. Like I said, I just put a dip video out, but I wanted to go over some different techniques and then some different things to use while you're doing weighted dips. Like I said now, if you're not using the weighted dip belt, then a backpack's going to be the way to go. That's my opinion. I feel like it'd be more advantageous, keep you a little more centered, and you wouldn't have to fool with all the straps and the belts and all that. Just stick it on, snap it, and you're good to go. I'll leave you with this, like I always do. If you ever run into anything in life that's scary, makes you feel uncomfortable, makes you want to turn around and go the other way, stop. Assess the situation. You'll be better off if you go over there and whip its ass. Trust me. All right? If you don't get it on the first one, get it on the second one. Can't get it on the second one, get it on the third one. Pretty soon, whatever it is that's out there that's intimidating and scary is going to be looking out for you. And that's the name of the game. Learn everything you can from that situation, take it, and move forward. And always remember, never be afraid to get in the pit.